Guy Ritchie has a new film coming out next month, which is very exciting for me. It's a real exciting time for me just in general because we've got Shadow and Bone coming out at the end of this month, and we have a new Guy Ritchie and a new Zack Snyder film coming out next month. It's just a lot going on. But somehow I think I'll try to find a way to cope. I love Guy Ritchie as a director. Hopefully he doesn't make me regret saying that, because 2021 has been the year of me being disappointed by people. So we're going to be watching King Arthur: Legend of the Sword today. For those who didn't already know this, Guy Ritchie had originally envisioned a 6-film series for King Arthur. And the people and the professional film critics let us all down. So now we will never see anything but this. You're now on my list of enemies. And the top of that list is Danny Zuko. Should we watch Grease? Should we watch Grease? Everybody knows that I want to watch Grease just so I can drag Danny Zuko.
Then punch yourself in the face right now so that I don't have to fucking find you on campus and do it myself.
God, I'm so excited because it's actually been a minute since I've last seen this, though I do enjoy it greatly. The only thing I don't enjoy is watching it and knowing that I will never have more of this.
And I'm at peace with that.
That just sums up what it's like to be a Guy Ritchie fan. And yes, for the people saying in the chat that The Gentleman is underrated, it sure is.
Man don't want that smoke. Big elbow to the top of the dome.
I love this song.
Here we go. We're in Camelot. Time for Arthurian Legends, but better because they're directed by Guy Ritchie. Oh, Eric Bana. Where's Eric Bana been?
I know him, y'all. I know him.
See, this opening alone should tell you that this is the superior Arthurian take. Because already it's just a giant spectacle. We haven't even gotten into anything.
Lisa, I don't think we can win this fight.
Of course, Jude Law is shady in this. Is he not perpetually shady? Actually, you want to know something? One time I was in London. God, this was ages ago. And I forget what he was doing. I think he was doing Hamlet, and I went to see it. And I saw him walking up. And so I very politely asked, like, if I could have a photo, and he just glared at me and went inside. So am I a fan of Jude Law? Not really.
Manners? Make it man.
But he's the bad guy in this, so I can pray for his downfall.
Someday you're gonna get bitch slapped, and I'm not gonna do a thing to stop it.
Film critics are so annoying and pretentious. They were really having a go at Guy for having a 6-film series envisioned and then not being able to follow through on it. Like, they were gloating about the fact that it wasn't going to happen. So many of you love to complain when we have sequels happening that were clearly only done because the first film was successful, but then the ideas weren't really there. Shouldn't you want sequels to come from an auteur that knows what he's doing? Like, he already has the plan. Anyway, I'm praying for their downfall as well. See, this is just making me mad because what did the giant elephants do but mind their own business? And what did mankind do? Load them up with carts, load them up with weapons. You know, elephants just want to hang out and chill and vibe. Humans suck. Djimon Hounsou! Djimon Hounsou! Fun fact, pick any movie and either Djimon Hounsou is in it or Mark Strong is in it. Or it's Shazam and both of them are in it. He's so evil. Look at him. We're praying for Jude Law's downfall.
Get out, get out, get out. Peace.
Wait, I'm not entirely sure, but I think this blonde I think she was in Kingsman 2.
Swiping to the left. What, you don't do Tinder in America? That's so upsetting.
She was the one who was involved in the most horrific shot that I've ever seen. Yeah, we did watch parties for the Kingsman films, and they did not go well. Because those films are cursed.
Y'all already know how we feel about this. Shall we move on, Zane?
Oh, no. See? Jude Law, you're on my list. You are on my list. It's not a good list.
I'm just here to fight.
Am I supposed to feel bad for him? You did this. You did this. I hate him. I hate him. By the way, the score, Daniel Pemberton. Cheers to a legend that we stan, named Daniel Pemberton. I wonder if he did Guy's new film. Because he did Man from U.N.C.L.E., which was 10 out of 10 scoring. He did this film, 10 out of 10 scoring. He did Birds of Prey, 10 out of 10 scoring. Daniel Pemberton truly is the moment. I think it's an interesting character choice to have him be brought up in a brothel. Where else will you see the worst of what mankind will do, especially to women, than a brothel in whatever fantasy century this is supposed to be set in? Oh, here we go. This is the moment. Wait, right here. Yep. That's what I was waiting for. That exact moment. Every fan cam has that moment in it. Charlie Hunnam. I love that, since the world robbed Guy and all of us with taste from getting to see more King Arthur films, so then Guy just went, right, Charlie, come be in my next film anyway. It's called The Gentleman.
I'm sure you're all right, man. Gangsters, proper naughty boys, and all that bollocks.
See, he's shiny. That's how you know the nightmare was really bad. Is Charlie problematic? I need to know before I thirst. I don't think I've looked into him enough to feel one way or another about him when it comes to that. I will say though, Bruce, if you're wanting to look into Charlie, first you have to look when he was on, I believe, Jimmy Kimmel, and he tells a story about asking a girl to a dance, and then she ended up going to the dance with someone else. So you have to watch that clip first. I think it's actually when Kristen Bell might have been interviewing him.
It's nice to meet you, Jimmy. You look very different on TV.
Thank you.
After that, you have to watch when he was on Graham Norton.
Usual sort of scenario, all the guys after it.
Those two, and in that order, because you need to hear the full story as Charlie tells it, and then you need to see them.
And that other person was actually Charlie.
Sebastian Lippiat!
The girls are fighting! No!
Have I not sacrificed enough?
Oh, so now we're supposed to feel bad for you? I sure as hell don't. You got yourself into this mess. You can get yourself out of it.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Bumped into the Vikings this morning. They insisted I give you this with their deepest apologies.
See, he goes after abusive men and gets revenge on them on behalf of the women.
Oh, I'm for that. I'm all for that. All right.
You girls have looked after me for a lot longer than I've looked after you. I owe you everything.
I'm a snap. I'm a snapping turtle.
What's so funny?
I just want to know how you get money out of Vikings.
Violence. Violence. No, violence. That's how you get the money. Violence.
Sorry.
Get back! Get her, Jade.
Do the people love me?
And
No. What is there to love?
I love your majesty. And if I represent the people, then you have your answer.
That was evasive maneuvering to try to not answer that question.
What's all that about?
Guess that's what you get when you don't pay up.
We've got a very special cameo coming up. For those of you who watched the Man from U.N.C.L.E. watch party however many months ago that I did it, you might have a sense of who's coming. Or you've already seen this and you know who's coming because you've already seen it. Yes, the spa buddy. I love that you know that reference.
What, pal? There's a line here. John.
Like, do you want to try it? No, you don't.
All right, where do you want me?
Wait for it.
Trigger. I think we got one here.
There we go. That's David Beckham. Lads, Beckham is here. Oh no, there's ambient ringing. Here we go. Let's go. Do you think Arthur can hear this music playing right now and he knows what's about to happen? Do you see that? Do you see that? That is the sound of your downfall. And I know it's coming because I prayed for it. Let's go, Arthur. Let's go. Time to start slicing and dicing. Let's go. Okay, or you could do that.
I know what kind of a man you are. I know your story.
Really? You're robbing ladies of the night? Disgusting. Disgusting.
What gave you such drive?
It's a little thing called upstanding character. Something you wouldn't understand.
So what happens now?
You know what happens now.
He's so annoying. See, if he hadn't gone in there and taunted him, he might have saved himself a bit of trouble. Don't taunt the headstrong hero. Don't do that when you're trying to keep him from getting in your way. Stupid.
Do you know who I am?
I know who you are, Mage.
Look at how smooth his head is. Have you ever seen a head that's smooth in your life? It's glowing. It's moisturized.
You've been sent by Merlin.
Then you know why I am here.
So you will be his guide.
Look into Djimon Hounsou's eyes. You can tell he's the smartest person in this movie. I sense it. That's what my intuition is telling me.
See, I'm telling you, I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind.
Bring him here.
What a loser. He can't even dress himself. That is the stench of privilege. Disgusting! Your cushy lifestyle has you so helpless you can't even dress yourself.
When people fear you, I mean really fear you, it is the most intoxicating sensation a man can possess.
Ooh, oh, he's nasty. Oh, he's nasty. Gets off on people being afraid of him? Absolutely not. Not just in the jail, throw him under the jail.
Electric chair.
This is what I'm talking about, because you taunted him. You taunted the hero. You gave him a reason. And now he's going to stop you. If you just let him go from the start, he probably would have just gone on his merry way. But you played yourself. The clownery. The villainous clownery. I do like, though, I guess this is half spoilers, half not spoilers for those who haven't seen it already, but the fact that there is this magical element to the sword that not everyone can access, because when you really think about it, with the original Arthurian legends of only this one guy can pull it out of a rock, but once it's out of the rock, what stops anyone else from just using it, you know? It's not Thor's hammer where, as far as we know anyway, where other people can't physically lift it. Cheeky. I love him.
Ah! So what is it you're looking at then? Are you falling for me like I'm falling for you?
If you don't settle down right now...
We want to be careful.
Yeah, see, look.
Bitch, sit your ass down and shut the hell up, bitch!
Normally I get mad at this recurring tendency of so many films to have entirely male casts and then just one girl. When Guy does it, I don't mind as much because I think a lot of his male characters are just more interesting and more likable.
thought you'd be taller. And have a beard.
See, he's still sassing. But you can't even get mad at him. He's still charming. Or I think he is anyway. The power of Charlie Hunnam.
You do know I can see through this. Trees everywhere.
A lot of people like to go on and on about how he needs to be, he needs to play Green Arrow in the DCEU. And I'm not opposed to that, but also, why can't we have more King Arthur films?
I'm sorry, it just hit me just now.
Because the people have no taste, that's why.
You know, I'm a little old for finger-wagging and speeches. So unless you're my dad, which I believe is unlikely.
See, that's how you make a joke that's tied into ethnicity without being offensive. It is possible, folks. Because most people are too racist to know how to execute it very well. Ooh!
Put your ring back on, honey tits. You haven't had enough porridge this morning to talk like that.
Honey tits! Honey tits! Why is it that all these Guy Ritchie characters, they just can never stop flirting with each other?
All right. Oh, I see where this is going.
Now, that would have hurt a lot more if I left the ring on.
Oh, do you hear that? That's the sound
I see what you're doing.
of an incoming fight. This is just how we say hello in the Arthurian world.
Whatever it is that you and your friends think you want from me,
I am not it.
Oh, but honey, you are it. You are the moment.
What do you see when you hold the sword?
Pain and suffering.
You don't sleep well, do you?
I'm sure many people would love to help you sleep better.
He needs to go to the Darklands.
That's not happening.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I've got no plan. Are you sure?
Welcome to the Darklands.
Rewatching this film is just reminding me that I need to add multiple songs from this score to my workout playlist.
He can't survive the Darklands alone.
Because if I have this playing in my ear, I'm going to start doing that little thing that he was doing at the beginning of the film. Oh, ROUSs!
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, not the childhood trauma. See all these sad faces right now? That was me a couple weeks ago when I was watching Kingsman 2. For so many reasons.
Wait till you're done.
Was that really what all of this was about? That Charlie Hunnam just had to go on a quest to unlock his childhood memories of trauma? That's where the scars came from. Oh my God, he's carried the scars his entire life. The symbolism. Oh, and because he was stabbed in the back. Oh my God, symbolism on symbolism on symbolism!
Did you see everything you needed to see?
I saw enough.
Yeah, all he needed to know was like, oh, I've got daddy issues. I'm ready to fight now.
The higher Vortigern builds it, the more powerful he becomes, and when it is finished, he will have the same power of Mordred.
Look at her with her Ezra Miller jawline. Come on now. That's why she's so powerful. She draws her magic from her jawline. You can't mess with someone with a jaw that powerful. You can't. You're gonna lose.
He was jealous of your father's throne, so he made a deal with Mordred.
See how much world building is happening here? Does Netflix want to do Guy Ritchie's remaining King Arthur stories, please? Pretty please? Netflix already acquired the Knives Out sequel. Why can't they acquire all of the Guy Ritchie sequels that we should have had by now but have not, because the world is a terrible, terrible, terrible place?
Because all they gonna do is disappoint me.
I love that people in the chat are also wanting the sequels and more spin-offs and further development of these characters in the world. I'm here for it. Do you see what's happening right now? The daddy issues. are just slowly rising.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, there we go, baby.
Interrupt his supply of slaves.
Excellent. How are we gonna do that?
We know their transportation routes.
Oof, now we're warming up.
Oh, here we go. Another fast-moving, snappy editing, banter, jumping locations. He's rallying the squad. I respect that.
You seem to have found your way very quickly.
Now, come on, kid. You're cooking dinner.
I'll cook you dinner. That's a lie. I don't know how to cook in medieval, wherever the hell they are.
Even across the seas, we have heard the legend of the sword.
Do you think Mikael Persbrandt agreed to this just because they showed him what he was going to be wearing? You get to wear an excessive amount of jewelry and a luxurious garment.
I meant no disrespect, great king.
No, disrespect him. He deserves it. Ooh, Snake Eyes? Oh, speaking of Snake Eyes, I probably need to watch those G.I. Joe films because Henry Golding is going to be on the spinoff. And I love a bit of Henry Golding.
Why don't we all take a look?
Which also makes me feel like maybe we should watch The Gentleman because he's in that. He's the bad guy, but, you know.
There comes a point where the young succeed the old.
How do you feel about a rooftop king assassination?
My roof?
Yeah.
I'd hang.
Probably.
No, I know this man. I know him, y'all. I know him.
Vantage point over the whole dock and most of the town. It's a 50-yard shot. I can do that easily. What's the problem?
Tell him.
Bruce says, any story with an underdog, I get way too invested, especially if it's the working class / oppressed rising up. I feel like I'm in the revolution with them. Because we are in the revolution with them.
Unless you can run like a Neapolitan stallion, I'd forget them. So, you have one exit remaining.
Now, this is too distracting. You can't be doing a close-up on Djimon Hounsou's head like that. The way it glistens in the sunlight? No, I'm distracted. I forgot the entire plot.
I didn't miss anyone.
So you were trying to kill a guard? Why are you kicking all of this off when you have a very clear directive of who you're going after?
Is this bitch for real?
I think he's too petty and immature to be a prominent leader in this revolution. Oh no! But see, they spent the whole film setting him up to be likable and that he was Arthur's friend and he has a young son. And that would have been a great thing for the sequels because the son would have bonded with Arthur even more because Arthur also lost his father. Oh my God, these shots. Yes! Yes! Those are like my favorite shots in the entire film. They basically made these giant rigs where they strapped cameras to the actors and just made them run. They were super heavy, but Guy had a vision to get these shots and they look amazing. I love them. I'm obsessed with them.
The actors will talk at some length about this. They will tell you that was the hardest day's filming they ever did. I mean, I thought the camera by now would have been much lighter and a much more efficient system. Yeah. But the body rig, once it was on, it was like a medieval torturing bit of apparatus. And we just let them run around in circles for about 3 hours with 40 pounds of metal torture kit. But, that's the price of trying to do something new.
This way!
I can't tell if this heavy breathing in Daniel's score sounds like well,
I can't say that. I can't say that either.
I don't know if it sounds like a gym workout or a different type of workout.
He's making his own way. All right. How's Rubio? He's leaking.
It's leaking. What a way to put it. Calm down, Yin Yang twins.
You go first.
We don't have time to argue, Bill.
Some of us will make it out in time. Some of us won't.
Bro, this is entirely your fault. You better listen to him.
Get down the hole.
Bella rats, boss.
George, will you tell him?
Sorry, boss.
I love how they're calling him boss, but they're also refusing to obey his orders. That guy lifted him like he was a child.
You got your minds in the gutter when you used to have your minds on the competition.
Oh my God, I love this part. Like I said, it had been a hot minute since I last saw this. All of these sword sequences are everything. And see, because they build you up to it, because at first he's struggling to know how to use it. We're basically 2/3 into it before you really start to see him get going. And this is why we needed sequels. I'm so angry. My boy Guy, always out here getting robbed of the sequels he was due. Like, what? Why didn't you do that sooner? It saved us some trouble. Oh my goodness. Have we sparked the flames of revolution?
I've had it. And I'm so,
You know what I've had?
It.
I've had it officially.
Yeah. It was controlling me. I can't even remember what happened.
I can.
But see, even that was building off of what was established from the beginning, which is that he was raised entirely by women. So once he had built up the skills to fight, then he repaid them by looking out for them, because people try to take advantage, enact violence on them. And so he sees that and he's going,
You're starting to mean something.
That wasn't the intention.
They are fighting in your name.
Revolution! Revolution! He literally couldn't even get his own stool. I hate rich people.
I repeat.
Jesus Christ, he's talking into the ear!
Yo, it's not funny. It's really not funny.
Take the boy!
Arthur, if you had just kept this child where he was supposed to be, I love you. You're beautiful. It was 100% your fault, though. But when you think about it from a storytelling perspective, they were clearly going for the, okay, we have the direct parallels of we've both lost our fathers because of the same villain. So they're bonded in that regard, which would have been great to develop over the course of 6 films. But no, we got to have some mediocre blockbusters again and again, getting more and more unnecessary sequels and installments. This was just 6. It wasn't a let's just keep going until we run it into the ground. It was, my name is Guy Ritchie and I have 6 King Arthur films planned. I feel like you could rework it though. If you aren't going to do 6 films, maybe you combine them into, we'll say 2 or 3 seasons of a Netflix series. No, Arthur. See, why did you go and do that? You're going to get your clothes all wet to go get the sword. Actually, you know what? It was a great idea that you did that. You should go in there and get it now.
Sword means tower.
Stop it. The sword is on fire underwater. Guy Ritchie, you are a ridiculous genius and I love you. Guy Ritchie is the man. I will not have anyone tell me otherwise. Ooh, come on, audio mixing. Come on, audio editing. Yes.
Suppose you want to know what happened to me.
See, we knew we were going to get him drenched one way or another.
I'm ready. We're going to take the castle. And we're going in the front door.
Ooh, I love a man with ambition. Bruce is chanting, take it off.
Anything that you do to me will be repaid 10 times in kind.
Will it though, or are you just talking trash to try to save yourself out of there? Are you bluffing? Are you really that important to the king? I don't think anything matters to the king except himself. So I love that their big master plan is, let's drug him up a little bit so he's hallucinating when he has to go face off with the bad guy. That was your big plan? Oh. Oh, that little smirk? Ooh, Ooh, big snake. Big snake. The snake is symbolic of, what would we say? Anti-capitalism? Anti-imperialism? They're like, yeah, all this wealth, extravagance, you have too much space in here. This could house so many poor people. So we're gonna level this land. We're gonna stop gentrification. That's what the snake represents. Wouldn't that be nice? If there were giant snakes when people accumulated too much wealth to go in and just level the playing field. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Because I haven't felt bad for him since ever. Bruce said, surely he's not that evil. He really is, though. Getting another comment in the stream. Fantastic pitch for another fantasy show. Gigantic snakes magically and spontaneously manifesting themselves in filthy rich abodes. I would love that. Stop it. This is the coolest thing ever. And people paid this dust. Dust. This is why I will never miss a Guy Ritchie film. Look at this excellence. We could have had 5 more of these that probably would have continued to escalate in scale, spectacle. I want to know about these octopus women because I feel like there's a story there. I feel like there's a story of men tricking and betraying them and now they're cursed to be octopus people. That's what my intuition is telling me happened.
The sword is yours, son.
The rules of the fantasy magic are your daddy issues don't get resolved until you avenge your father.
If only she could see you now.
Now that I'm King of England.
Right?
You created me.
Bruce says, LMAO just killed your daughter for nothing. Clown. Truly, the villainous clownery of this guy. Goodbye. Ah, we're making the round table. I'm so upset. We never got to see all the knights together at the round table because everyone sucks.
King Arthur.
King Arthur! Exactly. Exactly. So good. So good. God, I love this film. This was so much fun to watch. Again, it had been a while since I last watched it, and it was just as good or perhaps even better than I remembered. I'm so upset, though. That guy was robbed of his sequels.
Maybe it was too ahead of its time for certain people.
All right, so it sounds like we're doing RocknRolla next week, which is really exciting for me because I love that film. So RocknRolla is like my villain origin story, not the film itself, but the fact that we didn't get a sequel to it and I'm still waiting for it.
And I'll see you on Monday.
Next week, we're doing RocknRolla, which is great because you also get to see the birth of me stanning Toby Kebbell. It's entirely because of RocknRolla.
So who we got in there then? Anyone I know? Anyone famous?
See you next week. Bye.